Hi, Scrappy friends. I am making a layout for the SpiegelMom Scraps blog right now. I am working on, well, at the moment, I'm not sure what size I'm going to do, but I will end up switching this to a 9 by 12. So I started off with a few photos that I printed off in a different size because I thought it would be fun to do something a little bit different. So I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet of printer paper for photos, and I printed off 3 photos. So I have 3. I'm just kind of trying to decide which photo I want to use. They're all of the same somewhat area, but they're all like different shots. So they're water dock shots that I got. So and I took these with my really nice camera, so they're gorgeous. I mean, I just had to edit them just a smidge and to make them ready. So I decided that I was going to do this, use an 8.5 by 11 piece of white cardstock, and then I decided that I'm going to back it with this paper from an old Click kit. I think it's from September. I have quite a bit of this kit. So I'm pretty much at this point decided that I'm mostly going to use that kit, except for like some of the embellishment stuff isn't from the kit. So, which is fine because SpiegelMom Scraps has a ton of different fun embellishments that I can use, and that will go along really well with this kit. This kit is a fall themed type of kit, so an autumn themed kit, but really this photo is from the winter time. So it just happened to work out really nicely because that picture is from this winter, or right after Christmas. My parents and we took a drive up the Sound. So I live in Washington, and I live out near Puget Sound, sort of like that area. And so we drove up to a town called Paulsbo, and it's I want to say Norwegian. What in origin? It's a Viking town, so it's gorgeous. There's tons of European themed building shapes, and oh gosh, it's beautiful. But we took a walk along the dock area when we first got there, and even though it was freezing that day, it was gorgeous. The sun was shining, so it ended up being this really nice day, and it made for great photos. So yeah, I did have to darken the contrast up a little bit on my photo because it was the one thing when you use a really nice camera, it can get overexposed really easily. So because of the sunlight, that was one of the hardest things about that day, just because of different areas where you were. If you were in the town part walking along the street, it was really dark, but if you were down near the docks, it was really sunny. So, but anyway, so right now you see me working, and I know I didn't mention this because I was talking about the photo and all that good stuff, but my camera kept stopping. So I film on my iPad, and if someone calls because I have an iPhone, it turns off the camera, which is a pain in the butt, and I forgot that it did that. So part of the bottom cluster, and where above the photo where there's that journaling card that looks like a postcard is there. That part you didn't get to see me put on, but I took a gold doily from the store, and I layered it underneath the photo, and then I took that Maggie Holmes ephemera piece. It's from Gather, and it was this like a postcard, and I was like, hey, that would look kind of cute, maybe. And so it ends up working out really, really nice. So I'm working on the title, and I used my Silhouette to cut out different words, and I did them in a little bit different sizes and a couple different papers just to kind of see what I wanted to put, because I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to name the title, but I knew that I wanted to use some of the Silhouette stuff. So, and some of the paper that is behind my photo. So behind the photo, I have a layer of like a wood grain from Fancy Pants, and it's like a bluish tinge color. And so I knew that that would look really nice. So I did cut out sitting, but I'm going to end up taking that sitting out because I just decided to do by the docks of the bay. I thought in the end, sitting was just too much. So I kind of fiddle around quite a bit with some stuff because I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to put where. And I knew I have the cluster underneath the photo that has some tags. And I think at this point I already put down the Allie Edwards. I used to get the story kits, and I got the drive kit, and we drove there. So I used some of the words, but some of them were like journey, and there's a road trip. And so I used those, and they were colors that were similar, that were on my papers or in the theme of what I was doing. So I really tried to match colors quite a bit with this layout. Actually, I don't always do this, but it is nice when you get to do that because it just really helps tie stuff together. So, I'm about to work on some I changed my mind. So I decided that I want to add another doily. Forgot that I did that. Well, I didn't forget because I'm looking at the layout, but I forgot that I didn't put that on right away. So I had just started off with the one at the bottom, and then I decided that, I need something else up at the top. And I wanted to make sure I had enough gold, because I really didn't have gold in too many places. So I decided to put that doily up at the top and kind of fold it underneath. And then I still use that wood grain tag from Pretty Little Studios. And that was, I don't know if that was in the kit, but I know in the Click Kits kit for September, they had quite a bit of Pretty Little Studio pieces from that collection. So I'm not sure if it was in the kit or not, but anyway, I mean, most of the embellishments that were in that kit I have used up or weren't appropriate. So that Enjoy the View flag was from the kit too. But anyway, so this is where I decide to just go with By the Docks, and I glue it down. The only thing I will say is, and I think I noticed when I glued it down that the S was up a little bit, and it didn't bother me, but now that I'm looking at it, I wish I hadn't put it up. I wish I stuck it all the same. I don't know why I didn't, but that's okay. So, and I end up using some of the tickets from there's one pattern paper that has a whole bunch of tickets from the Maggie Holmes paper, and from the Gather collection, and I cut quite a few of those out and just punched some holes in them on the sides. And so I'm stapling some up, one up at the top, and I have those there. I am going to add a hashtag. I'm not sure, did I do that after I took this off? I don't know. No, I probably didn't, but I did. Oh, here we go. Here's the hashtag. I knew at some point I decided to use the hashtag because I wanted a little bit more gold. I didn't want a ton of gold, but I do want a few aspects of gold throughout this layout because of just that theme of the town. It's just like so antique-y, and I don't know, gold feels antique-y, and this kit and this collection, and then I decide to use the mint Mocha sequins, and they just all work so perfectly to bring all these elements of this town together. So, I mean, this is one of my favorite layouts, and I think it's just because I absolutely love these pictures. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I just have some pictures that I absolutely love that turn out amazing, and it's almost like no matter what you do to the layout, it's going to be gorgeous because the pictures are gorgeous. I mean, I say that. I've messed up layouts because I've used a great picture and the layout wasn't that great. But for the most part, if you have a great photo, your layout is going to look good, right? So I did add some cork stars to this layout. I wanted some different textures just because of, that feel. And I just placed a lot of different stuff. I used staples for my tiny attacher, which I don't think are really tiny, but that's just me. So here, I like to put down my glue first and then just put down my sequins on top of the glue. I don't know. There's tons of different ways. And I will switch between multimedia, or the mono multi. Sorry about that. And getting my glues all mixed up. And then glossy accents. I like to use glossy accents because it doesn't stick to my fingers as much. But I'm not always thrilled with the fact that it can be glossy. So I'm just finishing up, and I just put a few. I don't think it needs that much because I really wanted this picture to shine. So here are the close-ups. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to check out the link below for the store and for the blog so you can read and see all these pictures all close up. Have a great week, guys.